Welcome to Cater Spots with yours sincerely, Chris Caters, as I bring you the road to the World Cup final. Today, two great games were played in the round of 16, and we first had France versus Poland, and we later had Senegal versus England. And the first game, France versus Poland, very exciting game, but the French side defeated the Polish side by 3-1 in a very interesting game. In the French side, we saw Giroud breaking the French record by becoming the all-time highest goal scorer for the French national team, a record Thierry Henry had prior to this World Cup. And also we saw the golden boy, the messless boy, the exciting boy, the love of the tournament, the rising star, the biggest boy in the hood, the biggest, the star, the everything you can think about. Kylian Mbappe scoring a brace. Not just scoring a brace, putting a statement. He now has a total of 5 goals in this tournament on his road to the Golden Boot. Every other player have 3 goals. We saw the lives of Messi. We have seen the lives of Cristiano Ronaldo. But in this tournament so far, nobody has cemented their authority more than Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe has showed so much class. He has showed so much maturity. And it's so funny that he did it last World Cup. And he's coming back to this World Cup 4 years later. Now, and he's doing it again, but now in a more matured way. Kylian Mbappe is definitely, no doubt, on his road to becoming the world best player in on the planet Earth. But what a game it was. Beautiful game. Lewandowski scoring a fairway goal for Poland and also for him. Prior to this tournament, Lewandowski has never scored a World Cup goal, but today he can beat his chest and say he has scored 2 World Cup goals, because he has scored 2 World Cup goals in Qatar. So on the flip side, the Polish team are officially out, but they had something to console them by that consolation goal, knowing that they came, they saw, they tried, even though they didn't conquer completely, but at least they were able to make the round of 16. But the French side showed no mercy, and they are here to make a proof of statement, and are trying to win this World Cup back to back. Very few nations in the past have done it. Can the French do it? That is a big question. So who is now the French next opponent, are we asked? England defeated Senegal today 3-0 in a game that I was very upset. I hold nothing against the English side. I like the English side. I really want them to win the World Cup. But I'm disappointed because of the way the Senegalese played. First of all, the Senegalese came to this tournament as African champions. No doubt they lost their key man, Mane, due to injury, and that has really affected the way they have played, because most of their game was built up around Mane. But without Mane, it was difficult for them to play. But for them to qualify the round of 16, I thought they were getting that groove back without Mane and seeing how they're going to perform. Even if I know, or I didn't tip them to beat England, I tipped England to win, but in the manner in which they lost was very disappointing. In the first 20-25 minutes, the Senegalese were literally raiding the English team. The English team had no understanding of how to counter the Senegalese. They were aggressive, they were fast, but they missed so many opportunities that came back to haunt them. Just about 5 more minutes to the end of the game, what happened? The Senegalese conceded 2 cheeky goals. The chances England had, the only chances they had, they buried. And that game was won and lost in the second half, because after those 2 goals, second half commenced, the Senegalese team could not come back from that emotional damage that those 2 goals done. Instead, they considered 1 more goal by Saka. What a cheap, beautiful goal. So my question now is, why does this happen to African teams all the time? African teams go to the World Cup with so much promise, with so much stars, and when they play with so much excitement. You would love the way they play, but when it matters most, they lose concentration and lose the game. It has happened so many times. Look at Italian 90, where England versus Cameroon, where Brian Lineker beat scored 2 goals. In that game, Cameroon was leading 2-1. And what happened? England came back and beat them. Look at US 94. Nigeria was leading Italy 1 goal towards the end, the last 6 minutes or 5 minutes. I think Sandoli said took a shot to the throw, and from there Baggio came and equalized, and was a penalty, and extra time Italy won. So what it means is that, is it that the African team lack mental strength? But when you talk about mental strength, you talk about psychology. These same African players play in top European teams. So basically, they have access to the same psychologists, the same everything the European have. But when it comes to the national level, they always fumble. So I tell myself, will an African team ever win the World Cup? That is a big story or a big question. I don't know if I can answer that question. But for now, it is clear that African teams are not ready to win the World Cup because they seem to lack a lot of ingredients that make champions. That's what makes champions. English team had few chances, boom, buried, gone. You had a lot of chances, you could not score. And tournaments like this, you pay for opportunities you miss. It's always simple. But looking at the bright side going forward, it's England versus France. England versus France promise to be a very exciting game because these two teams are star-studded, and for them to be meeting so early in the tournament even makes the game more interesting. Because why? The English side is full with so much talent. You have Saka, you have Kane, you have Foden, you have Sterling, you have Rashford. The list goes endless. You have Bellingham. It's so much talent. To the extent that Southgate even have issues substituting players because he doesn't know who to start. Some people say Rashford should start because Rashford is on top form. But what happened? He comes from the bench and he performs the score. Saka is running from the left, Foden from the other side. The list is just amazing to see the amount of talent the English people have. So the big question now to English fans, is the World Cup, is it coming home? Is it coming home this time? That is a big question. But on the French side, you see Kylian Mbappe. You saw how he destroyed Poland. Not just Poland, throughout this tournament. Mbappe has literally been the best player in this tournament. Tournament that you have Cristiano Ronaldo, you have Messi. Mbappe has literally outshined all these players to cement his status in the world of soccer that he's number one and definitely the next world best player in the world. Total of 5 goals ahead of every other person on his way to the Golden Boot. Then you talk about Dembele. Then you talk about Griezmann. You talk about Giroud that broke the French record today. The French team is also star-studded. So who do you think will win that game, France versus England? That would be an amazing game to watch. I can't wait. I know you can't wait. And we can't wait. Till then, thank you for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with more action from Qatar 2022 as I update you with more of the actions and the happenings around Qatar 2022.